Hello everyone, my name is Ralfs and I work for facilities management here on the SEMO campus. I'm part of the Projects and Relief team, and for the last 5 years my wife and I have run the SEMO Halloween events Facebook group, and I've been invited here today to share one of the more famous stories that come from the SEMO campus. And that story is of the Rose Theater. Now behind me in row R, there is what many people claim to be a bloodstain. The story goes that back in the fur trader days of Cape Girardeau, there was a fur trader and his young wife, and they had a very, very troubled relationship. Each and every night, he would go out and be gone for hours at a time, not returning until the early morning light, and he'd come back drunk, pass out, and then leave again very early the next day. And one day his young wife just was completely tired of him. So she decided to stab him to death with a knife when he came home drunk one night. But upon her discovery of what she had done, she was so filled with despair that she took her own life as well. Now the story goes that because of this incident and because there was so much anger and rage behind it, that the very spot that both murders took place became cursed. In 1966, the Rose Theater was built upon the place where this cabin was said to have been. And behind me, in row R, is said to be a bloodstain that marks that very spot. The bloodstain behind me is said to never disappear. Over the years, there's been said to have been many attempts to try to cover it up. All sorts of chemicals and scrubbing, and there's even been claims that it's been tried to be buried underneath layers and layers of concrete, only for it to seep through as if the very spot itself is meant to always be a reminder of the hate and rage that occurred that one fateful night here on this spot. Many custodians over the years have made claims that sometimes when they're working late into the dead of night, that they can still hear the sounds of both couples fighting and the very final moments of both of their lives. So if you ever find yourself in Rose Theater in the dead of night, just be extra careful not to sit in row R, especially seat 11 near the bloodstain, for you may find yourself with a ghost that will follow you home. Thanks for listening, and be sure to tune in for more spooky stories throughout the month.